Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button if you are already a continued subby. You know I love you for it. So before we start, let me pick a deck. I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'm not sure where you've been, but I have a Kickstarter going because I have launched my tarot course. If you want to learn to study tarot with me, we're talking 12 weeks. I'm taking you through the whole shebang from beginner right through to, yep, I'm ready to read for people. You can read all the details for that on the link in the description box below. If you want a bag of reading at an amazing price, or if you want to get one of my amazing calendars that I've put together, check that out. Before we start, I would like to say, so for your key to the week, you have the Judgment card, right? So here what you see with the Judgment card is very often this is about a big change that's about to take place. And usually the reason the Judgment card shows up is because you've reached the end of a cycle. And it's not even so much that you've just come to an end of a cycle. This is about where you're assimilating those lessons. Everything that you've learned, everything that you've seen, everything that's happened up until this moment, it starts to become relevant. It starts to be knowledge and information that you can actually use. This is that moment where you graduate school and you start to put that, all of the knowledge and the skills that you've gathered over a period of time into practice, right? This is where you take the knowledge and you apply the theory to the practicality of life. Love this. So as well, what I will say to you, even though Mars, your ruler, is now direct, right, and is moving forward and is picking up steam and speed with every single day that passes, I'm so glad for that. I'm pretty sure you are as well. And Mercury is now out of shadow. What I will say is even if this energy does suggest a forward momentum, sometimes it can bring something up in order to close it down right. It's very rarely that the Judgment card brings you something for a true reconnection. It's just so that you're supposed to assimilate that lesson and then move on. For your actions and options, you have the 8 of Swords. So this week you could be taking it easy. Aries, it looks like you're taking it slow, and the fact that you've got this with the Judgment card, an old promise that you made, or a pact, or something that you agreed to do, something that you had put your name or your time or your title to, this week could come up. And this could be something that you promised at a time where maybe you weren't really paying attention. So when you were younger, you always knew to ask your mum for something at that moment where she was completely distracted, so she'd just kind of say yes to get rid of you. This kind of feels like that. So something that you've promised to somebody, something that you said that you would do, or something that you said you would be there for, this week it could come up, and you might find yourself thinking, oh crap, I can't get out of this now because I've agreed to do it. If it is that you can't do it, or that you're not going to be able to do it at full steam or with your full attention or your full heart, say so, right? This could be a moment where literally just being plainly honest about what is not possible, what you're not able to do at the moment, could save you a lot of hassle and also a lot of challenges at a later date. So if there is something that you're promised to and you can't fulfill it now, make a point to do it later on, or just be really honest and say, look, I'm going to have to bow out of this. For your communications and conversations, you have the 7 of Pentacles. It does look like a lot of you are very focused on some big future plans at the moment. And your 7 of Pentacles, this is about you. I mean, for a lot of you, I actually feel like this is you putting the feelers out. This kind of suggests that you're bringing to culmination either a team or maybe a collaborator. It's almost like you're bringing things together or people together at the moment, and you're just tending to whatever the needs are, right? So at the moment you're literally just putting the feelers out to say to people like, this is what I need, are you on board with this, do you want to be a part of it? There's a lot going on behind the scenes for you guys, and like I said, I don't feel like a lot of it will come to fruition certainly this week, but it does suggest that whatever you're doing this week, it's about the longer reaching goals. I really like this because it suggests to me that the way that you guys have used the Mars retrograde is by saying, right, okay, I can use all of my power and my energy and my passion and my vigor, but as long as I measure that. So it's not short, sharp bursts anymore. It's, you know, this Mars retrograde will have taught you how to continually do the sustained effort. So this is great. In a way, I kind of feel like Aries is graduating. So this is nice. For your money and materials, you have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, okay. I mean, this whole Mars retrograde might not have been so fun for your finances, or maybe it just showed you how to really value the resources that you have. Now, with the Nine of Wands, sometimes this can see not necessarily a lack, but it can see where we're a bit bruised and battered by something. And it kind of suggests to me that this week you might be stretched a little too thin when it comes to the pocket. And look at this, you've got the Nine of Wands underneath the Eight of Swords. If whatever it is that you have promised to do or to be a part of is something that has a financial slant to it or a financial implication, this week just be honest about what is not possible. Not only will it save you a lot of challenge and a lot of hassle, but it will also stop somebody feeling, you know, it will stop the resentment setting in. So yeah, don't stretch yourself too thin financially this week. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, I mean, this is an interesting one, because the feeling, what the cards say is that you're feeling a bit like, ugh. But the feeling that I'm getting from it is kind of like, it's almost like you don't want to be inefficient with your energy anymore. So when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this would be a time to really think about how you can pace yourself. You know, across the board, actually, I think that message is going to be quite important for you. When it comes to your home and environment, when it comes to home, your Nine of Wands can, you know, I'm sorry to say this, but this might be the week where you have to repair something. I don't think it's going to be like a complete replacement, but you might need to repair something this week. So just be aware of that coming up. And then for your love and relations, you have the Five of Wands. For those of you that are single, you could be meeting somebody through your personal network this week. Now, if you're in the UK, we're obviously currently in lockdown at the moment and said to come out of it on the 2nd of December. So obviously it is very likely to be online. But with these energies, look, you've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Judgment card. That kind of suggests that this is somebody that's already in your orbit. It's not going to be somebody that's new to you. It's going to be somebody that is already kind of floating around. You know, sometimes you have people in your, you know, in your social circle, in your friend group, or in the, you know, they know a member of your family and you know them, like they've been around for the longest time, but you've never really spent much time with them. Suddenly this person could become, you know, more prominent to you or more appealing to you. That, you know, that might be the case. And then for those of you that are partnered, yeah, this week the friend and the partner may not be getting on, or maybe the partner and, you know, one of your family members or your parents might not be getting on. And I would advise you this week, if you can, just stay out of it. Let them hash it out between themselves. They will figure it out, all right? Ultimately, they have you in common. So, you know, let that be your saving grace, as it were. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.